Space Croutons. Curdy. Space Croutons. Sally. Space Croutons. Space Croutons.
Sigourney.
Sigourney?
We're done as partisan salad. Now listen here to this ballad. We seem to arrive all the way to season 5. Space Croutons have been all around. Now we're homeward bound. Just give us the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Space Croutons. Curdy. Space Croutons. Sally. Space Croutons. Space Croutons.
Sigourney Weaver.
Who?
Everybody's doing it.
This is Curdy Clammerwood saying, welcome, folks, to our latest episode in Season 5 of the totally endearing and utterly charming Space Croutons, the little podcast that just won't quit, even though we've had cease and desist orders from a dozen different dimensions and 88 planets. That's correct. We're not stopping now. We love to bring you the tales of the weird, strange, fantastic, and not so fantastic, and as God is my witness, we will not stop. I'm flying solo in the studio today, as my AI assistant Sally has decided she needs to update, fumigate, and resonate for a little while. Well, I expect her to return before our next episode, but today I'm hosting the show on my own. I'm happy to bring you a story submitted by a regular to our show, Seiver. Now, Seiver's been with us since Season 1, before his voice changed, and now he's old enough to drive. It's just like my old dad used to say. Time flies when you're fishing or having fun, but that doesn't mean you can go fishing through my pockets. What do I give you an allowance for anyway? Well, back to Seiver. He recently received a car as a gift from his 93-year-old great-grandmother who stopped driving in June after she had a stroke. So, Seiver, are you on the line?
Yes, Curdy, I'm here, and so is my younger brother Trelen. He has been a witness to some of the things I'm going to tell you about. Seems pretty fantastical, even when compared to some of them strange events that have been happening to us in the past few years. I mean, we have communicated with other dimensions through our shortwave radio set. We've encountered ghost-like orbs and other paranormal phenomena. We have had adventures with the Fluffernutters and now this crazy car of mine.
Oh yeah, Seiver's car is really weird. It's an old goldish-colored 2007 Toyota Prius with a tan interior. It has over 250,000 miles on it.
Well, you guys have me curious now. What's been going on with your car, Seiver?
Everything seemed normal at first, until the day Trelen and I were sent to the grocery store to buy groceries for the family.
Mom trusts us to do the shopping because we stick to the list and are careful to look for the best values. We don't take advantage and buy junk food either, although I'm honestly tempted to sometimes sneak in a pack of Mike and Ike's or a Snicker bar.
Well, sure wish I could have a personal shopper do my grocery shopping for me. You guys are pretty cool. What happened on this trip to the grocery store?
As I said, everything was normal for the first 2 days with the car, but this trip to the store happened about a week after I first got the car. You have to realize that my great-grandmother has owned this vehicle for 17 years at least.
It's like her DNA is embedded in the vehicle. The first thing Seiver did was shampoo the upholstery and the carpeting in the car to get rid of the musty old person smell.
Be nice, Trelen. You know that great-grandmother listens to the podcasts. I really appreciate the gift of the car, even though it's older and it looks a little rough. Price was right, that's for sure. You can't beat a free car, even if it is old. Anyways, back to our story. We were heading to our usual grocery store when the car refused to turn in the parking lot.
Seiver was trying to turn the steering wheel, but nothing was happening. We drove straight past the regular grocery. We ended up at a smaller grocery store a little further down the road.
The car just pulled in and parked right in front of the store. I hadn't planned to go to this market because I don't know where everything is in it, and so I knew shopping would take us longer because we would have to search around for items we needed. But the engine just shut off and the doors flew open. So we decided to give the store a try because it didn't look like we were going anywhere until we did.
That's right. We were getting the idea that the car wanted us to get out, so we decided we would try this grocery store. I mean, what could it hurt?
I was about to walk into the building when my car horn started blaring and the trunk flew open.
I figured out what that meant. We had left our reusable grocery bags in the trunk, so I dashed back to the car and grabbed them.
Well, after we finished shopping, we got back into the car to head home. But the car didn't go straight home. I tried to control the steering wheel, but nothing I tried was working. Talk about a self-driving car. We weren't sure what to think, but we had to go along with what the car wanted. We ended up in front of another small grocery store in town. We could see the sale signs from the windows that ham and bacon were on sale for an amazingly low price.
Now, ham and bacon were not on the list that Mom and Dad gave us, but we had money left over from what they had budgeted for groceries, so we decided to take a chance and went inside to buy a few of the specials.
Well, did the car let you go home after that second stop?
Nope, not yet.
We still had one thing left on our list that wasn't available at either of those stores. We were planning to tell Mom she would have to pick it up when she went to work in the city. We didn't know where else to look.
But the car knew where to go.
What do you mean the car knew where to go? Are you saying the car knew what was on your list and where to find it?
What else could we think? After we left the second store, with just one thing missing on our list, my new-to-me Prius went to a specialty market I didn't even know about. Our family has never shopped there before, but Mom wanted to try a new recipe for World Thinking Day for her Girl Scout troop, and she needed this exotic ingredient.
Let me guess. This specialty shop had just what you needed?
It sure did, and it was on sale. We had just enough to cover the cost of it. And after this third stop, I tried to head the car towards the house, and I had no problems at all. When we got home, our Mom and Dad were thrilled with our purchases. We were able to get everything on the list, plus more, for the same amount of money as we would have spent on our normal grocery.
We learned something too. Our normal grocery store may be newer and convenient to the house, but they don't always have the lowest prices or the best value. It did take us a little longer to complete the shopping, but it was totally worth it. From now on, I'm going to check the store ads before we leave the house, so I will know where the best bargains are.
Well, this is a very interesting tale, Seiver, but I'm sensing that it's not all of the story.
And you'd be right about that, sir. Later in the afternoon, I had planned to go see my girlfriend for a couple hours just to hang out. I got in the car to leave.
He wouldn't let me tag on this time.
That's right, doofus. Girlfriends and brothers do not mix. Anyways, I got into the car and started toward my girlfriend's house, but the car turned into the library parking lot instead of going past it to where my girlfriend lives. No matter what I tried, the car would not start or leave the library.
So what did you end up doing?
What could I do? I decided to call my girlfriend and ask her to meet me there. I didn't dare tell her about the weird thing my car was doing. There's no telling what she would think about that, so I asked her to bring her physics books so we could study for the semester exam. We were able to study for a couple of hours, and then we ran lines for our school play. We both have parts in it. When the library closed, I took her home. Thankfully, the car behaved all the way to her house. Except for one little odd thing. I could not exceed the speed limit when I was driving her home.
Yeah, we noticed that on our grocery shopping trip, too. Seiver's a really good driver, and he doesn't speed or anything like that. But you know how people tend to drive a few miles over the speed limit? Well, Seiver cannot do that at all. He stays strictly to the speed limit because the car will not let him go any faster. Tell Curdy about what's going on with the radio in the car.
Okay, good idea. The radio is essentially broken. It only plays 2 stations, the oldies jazz station and the contemporary Christian music station. My great-grandmother is a huge fan of both of these music genres. I guess it could be worse. I could be stuck on a yodeling station.
But it's also pretty crazy that we can listen to the Space Croutons podcast in the car. I guess my great-grandma was a fan of the show too. No other podcast will play in the car, though we have tried.
Well, this is really a curious phenomenon. I mean, with all these things going on, do you trust it to be safe?
I always feel perfectly safe in the car. I just never know exactly where I'm going to end up. It seems I'm always getting detoured to some other place before I can go to the destination I want to go.
Like, for instance, last Tuesday night, we were headed to our scout troop meeting, and the car took us to a craft and fabric store first.
We have learned that until we get out of the car and go into whatever location we were taken to, there is no use in trying to go to our planned destination. So we went to the craft store, and on display right in front of the entry, I found a tool I needed for the craft activity that I was in charge of that night of Scouts.
It happens all the time. Last Saturday, we were planning to go to the skating rink for a bit, but we ended up at the beach instead.
We had a great time, helping out with the local beach cleanup day. I was able to get some community service hours towards my graduation requirements from that activity as well. On our way home, the car took us to the farmer's market. We got some fresh homemade bread and some vegetables for our supper. I asked Mom and Dad about tilling some space in our property so we could try planting a garden. And those fresh vegetables beat anything we have ever gotten from our grocery store.
The Saturday before that, the car took us to the homeless shelter, where they put us right to work in making and serving lunch. They just assumed we were there to volunteer, so we spent a couple hours there. I thought it'd be weird working with homeless people, but it was great. I felt good doing something to give back to our community. It also made me realize that I shouldn't be afraid of homeless people. They're just people. I never realized that families and kids could be homeless too. I mean, movies never show that side of homeless.
Another odd thing happened on our way to school on Friday. Trelen and I were eating muffins that we grabbed from our home when the napkin wrapped around Trelen's muffin accidentally flew out the open window.
I didn't mean for that to happen. Anyway, the car pulled into the side of the road and the door opened. Once I went and picked up the napkin, the car started again.
The very same thing happened when some of my buddies from band were riding with me, and one of them tossed trash out the window. I had to think quickly and tell them that I wasn't going to get a ticket for littering so they would think that I had stopped the car. The car door, flying open when we stopped, kind of caught them off guard though, so I told them that it was an old car and the latch opens with the slightest touch. They seemed to believe me.
What do your folks say about all this?
You know, that is a funny thing. Every place and activity that the car is taking us to directly correlates with my great-grandmother and her life. She would always shop the deals when she went to grocery shopping at 3 stores minimum. My Ruru tells us how she hated that growing up. She hated being stuck in the store for hours when her mom shopped for their family of 7.
Mom also told us that our great-grandmother always had a garden at her house. She would grow corn, watermelon, tomatoes, peas, and okra. Mom remembers planting radishes in the garden, then helping to harvest them when it was time.
Great-grandmother loved sewing and quilting, so craft stores were a frequent shop, and she was a faithful member of her church. She never misses an opportunity to be at worship, and you can forget about going anywhere but to church on Sunday morning in her car. Even the homeless shelter is not outside of my great-grandmother's experience. She generously donates her time and money to her local homeless shelter.
Our family always attends church services on Sunday anyway, but Seiver's car starts blowing the horn to make sure we're leaving on time, so we haven't been late to church since we got the thing.
How does that business with the roadside trash fit in?
I asked Mom what she thought about that. She had a ready answer. Great-grandmother would pick up trash alongside the road whenever she took her walk every day. She hates seeing trash thrown out and litter everywhere.
Dad says if having great-grandmother's car is going to make Seiver more like her, he's all for it. She's one of the best people we know.
Well, boys, this is a very interesting story, but I'm not sure I'd want a car with a mind of its own like this one you're describing.
You know, I'm kind of used to it now. It seems like the car just wants to help us. The other day, as I was coming home from a late-night football game, the car slammed on the brakes, and I avoided hitting a black bear that was crossing the road. I couldn't see the bear until I was right on top of it. The car is too old to have any sort of obstacle detection device on it. That could have been a terrible accident. I'm sure the insurance wouldn't pay to have the car repaired, considering its age and all. I'm really happy to have this old car, even with its quirks.
Yeah, well, I won't be driving it when I get my license, that's for sure. It's an old lady car, and I'm saving up for a really cool Jeep.
I hear you, brother, but just wait until you see how much that Jeep will cost you, and I bet you will be singing a different tune. Curdy, what about today's commercial? We almost forgot about that.
I guess you really do need Sally to help you out with this broadcast.
Yeah, don't say that too loudly. She might hear you. She already thinks she could host the show without my help as it is. And don't get me started on Sally's Poetry Corner.
I heard that, but I am not done fumigating and resonating as you so quaintly put it. Carry on, Curdy.
See what I mean, guys? Oh well, back to the business of podcasting. Our commercial today comes from our good friends at Beckett Industries, the home of all the products you need for time travel and dimension jumping.
Beckett Industries is proud to announce our newest product line. Now you can order your familiar and most favorite foods, packed and preserved for you in one of our handy-dandy, time-travel-proof picnic baskets. That's right, with Beckett's Basket, you need never go hungry, even when you're far from home. Our deluxe trip basket comes with foods of your choice, all guaranteed to pass through the portals tax-free and just as fresh as if you had just made it at home. Through our top-secret patented process, your food stays fresh for the duration of your trip and comes with refills as needed. You can order your basket filled for 1 week, 2 weeks, or as many days as needed. Your time travel experience is much more enjoyable, not to mention convenient, if you can eat the foods you prefer. Never get stuck with quail grub fish again, or mallet stinkweed mash, when you can bring along your fully customizable Beckett's basket with your favorite food choices prepared to your specifications. Prices vary with food selections and the number of days you will be traveling. There is an added service charge for people traveling to the so-called Evil Eye Galaxy, but we know you will be thrilled with your selection of Beckett's baskets for your next time travel excursion. Beckett Industries, striving to serve all of your time travel needs. We look forward to serving you. Happy time travels.
My goodness, why hasn't anyone ever thought of that before? I hate to travel somewhere new and get stuck eating strange and unpalatable food. Well, those folks at Beckett Industries are really clever. I predict that this product will sell like hotcakes. Darn, now I want hotcakes in my basket. Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you, but that is all for today's show, everybody. Thanks for listening. And come back soon to the home of the weird and wonderful, the fantastic and fanatical, the interesting and unusual stories that we bring to you. Seiver and Trelen, how about helping me with a sign-off?
Sure, Curdy. We would be happy to help. Remember, folks, to keep peace in your hearts.
Until our next story time.
Don't just sit and scoff. Season 5 is taking off. Here to show wrong from right. Share with you the true light. Even though things might be tight, the future's bright so the writer can write. Now, give us the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Space Croutons.
Curdy.
Space Croutons.
Sally.
Space Croutons. Space Croutons.
You know, alien.
I'll give you alien.
Space Croutons again and again. No matter where, no matter when. They're to be found, the legendary now. So let's count up. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.0. Now here we go.
Space Croutons.
Curdy.
Space Croutons.
Sally.
Space Croutons. Space Croutons.
Because in space, no one can hear you sing.
Whitney Houston, we have a problem.
Space Croutons is a work of original fiction. Similarities to persons, situations, or events, real or fictional, is coincidental and unintentional. Created and written by Jerry, Jace, John, Della, and Jeff Goodson. Episode story by Della. Original music by Levi, John, Della, Jerry, and Jeff. Production by Jeff. Featuring the voice talents of Levi, Joel, Jerry, Jeff, and Sally. Entire work copyright 2024 by Jeff, John, Jerry, Della, and Jace Goodson. This has been a Goodwitch audio production.